At 5:12 a.m., a door in Minneapolis clicks open and a team flows in. Across 3 other cities, the same move. Drones confirm heat signatures. Entry teams grab laptops, prepaid phones, and a ledger that looks like nothing, until it maps a decade of fraud and smuggling. The man at the center? Known for donations, youth jobs, and cultural events. Abdi's visible life was a shield. His hidden one moved cash from quiet shops to safe houses, across the Midwest, over the border, and into East Africa. How did trust become the perfect camouflage? Let's unmask the system. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Why does a man applauded for youth jobs and cultural donations end up at the center of a federal raid? The answer starts with what everyone saw. Abdi stood beside raffle tables and drum groups, wrote small checks for community nights, and paid league fees so a youth team didn't miss a season. He kept a quiet office at the back of a strip mall. He shook hands with coaches and told a counselor he could place 3 teens in entry-level shifts by Friday. On paper, it was civic life at its best. No one flagged the overlap between his good works and his growing network of friends of the program. Trust built a buffer. Tips thinned out because nothing matched the picture of a gang. There were no turf lines, no throwback muscle cars roaring down Cedar Avenue, no colors, no tags, no late-night gunfire that creates pressure on a precinct captain. When a shop owner sent a vague note about odd cash deliveries, it got filed as a tax concern. When a parent wondered why a check for jerseys came from a delivery company across town, it looked like a sponsor doing a favor. Every question had a harmless answer someone else could verify. Small philanthropy did the heavy lift. A modest donation earned naming rights on a weekend showcase that drew a few hundred people. He ran food drives through a mosque committee and kept receipts neat in a binder so the volunteers loved working with him. He secured 2 internship slots with a local business incubator. The resumes went through the standard portal, the badges printed like everyone else's. The result wasn't fame. It was routine credibility. People began using his name as a shortcut for reliability. Criminology has a term for that kind of shield. Legitimacy laundering. Not the big foundation splash, but a steady drip of visible good deeds that lowers suspicion while raising social capital. It turns soft introductions into hard access. You get the benefit of the doubt at a zoning meeting. A bank teller knows your face and waves through a stack of small deposits. A neighborhood leader forwards your email to a caseworker because you help kids get hours. Now track a single week. Monday starts with a donation drop at a cultural night committee. Photos go up on a small Facebook page. That afternoon, a courier logs a transfer between 2 storefronts 2 miles apart, each booking it as petty cash. Tuesday brings a nonprofit board meeting where Abdi promises warehouse shifts for teens. 40 minutes later, a clerk at a check counter enters 6 remittances at sums that dodge scrutiny. Wednesday is a youth hiring fair at a community center, with one manager confirming start dates. By sunset, a driver swaps plates in a lot behind a warehouse. Thursday, grocery invoices get paid from 2 accounts instead of 1. Friday, a soccer uniform order clears while a ledger shows a batch of refunds sent to prepaid cards that never see a weekend. Compartmentalization made the machine quiet. No clerk saw more than 1 step. Instructions split across encrypted chat for timing and a paper slip for dollar amounts. A driver learned only half the route. A cashier repeated the same keystrokes with a rotating set of IDs. If a link broke, it didn't reveal the chain. Up top sat a tier of 6. They never appeared in the same photo, never booked a shared lunch, never liked each other's posts, yet their initials circled the same ledger pages. Their numbers hit the same towers minutes apart. Their cars idled near the same storefronts on Tuesdays. That is how 27 businesses stayed boring by design. Trust turned into armor and pushed away the questions that matter. If the 10% on display stayed clean, what filled the other 90%? And how did one phone cut the lights on all of it? How do 27 ordinary businesses move people, cash, and messages for a decade without flags going up? By looking routine at every step. A grocery that never seems busy still pays rent on time. A money counter that posts holiday hours processes tiny transfers that never reach a threshold. A nonprofit signs kids up for workshops and keeps a spreadsheet of attendance. A rideshare group chat runs steady pings for pickups across town. None of it triggers alarms alone. Together, it runs like an internal transit system, built to keep heat low and throughput steady. Start with the map of the hidden 90%. The groceries carry enough inventory to justify cash on hand, which cycles in a smooth stream. The money transfer counters send funds out in drips, one small remittance after another, all legal on their face. The nonprofits provide cover for recruiting, onboarding, and moving bodies between sites. The rideshare cells act as couriers, handling envelopes, prepaid cards, and people who need to be somewhere at very specific times. You can stand in any one spot and see nothing but a day's work. Each node looked harmless. Linked together, they formed a logistics lattice. 4 driver cells rotated cars and plates, drawing routes across 6 states. 14 safe houses sat in neighborhoods that never made the evening news. The corridors climbed into Canada through bus depots and rental cars, then jumped by air to hubs that send traffic into East Africa. Long stretches of highway, short hops across borders, names that never repeat on the same day. Quiet beats force. Follow one pass-through. An empty grocery at noon, fluorescent lights humming, a clerk nodding to a regular. A man goes to the back room and takes an envelope that shows as a vendor refund in the store ledger. He walks out with a coffee, hands the envelope to a driver in a compact sedan. 2 cities over, another driver takes the wheel in a fast swap next to a storage facility. By dusk, the envelope lands in a split-level home with a rental sign out front. Every element looks normal. None of it raises a cop's pulse. The money flow lives on structuring. Keep transactions under reporting thresholds. Split sums across days, senders, and locations. Remittances move in a pattern that mirrors informal value transfer systems. It rhymes with hawala without copying the parts that trigger classic alerts. Value balances out off the books through wholesalers, travel agencies, and discount shipments. So banks see only lawful drips. Funding the engine takes its own playbook. Identity theft creates new people with clean credit files. Benefits fraud pumps steady cash from claims that never see a real employee. Those same altered IDs move travelers through buses and airports, where a state ID that passes a quick scan is enough to board. Narcotics ride along in small quantities tucked into pre-existing routes, never heavy enough to bring a dog team, always small enough to look like user amounts.